Scorpio, hi, this is for mid-July 2017. The first thing that comes up for Scorpio is that the relationship that you're in, it's either you or your partner is trying to fix something, trying to cover up something. Scorpio, either your partner has been running around and cheating and lying and creating a lot of disturbance in your relationship, as well as uh, being involved with another person, which I feel like you knew about. Um, or Scorpio, this is you that is running around and having another partner cheating on your regular, meaning your full time lover, to be with this other partner. Um, I feel like most Scorpios are the ones that are being hurt and misjudged. They're not sure what's happening, why the finger's always being pointed at them. There is, some of you as well, like I said, maybe it's not you getting the finger pointed at, maybe you're pointing the finger at your partner. It feels like there is a definite disconnect between you and someone. I do feel the energy showing that there is a trying to come back. Somebody is trying to reach out to someone else. There's also someone waiting, and whether that's you, Scorpio, waiting to hear from your partner. Some of you have been sitting around for months trying to figure out just what the hell happened. It feels like it pulled you and tugged you out of a place where you thought you were comfortable, you thought everything was okay, and now you're sitting there with disillusionment like, what happened? What the hell just happened here? I thought, okay, I knew things weren't so great, you're saying, Scorpio, but at the same time, you're like, I didn't know it was coming to this. I didn't know you were going to leave. I didn't know I was going to be here by myself. I didn't know that you found somebody else. You never told me that. You never said that we were going to be parting or we were going to be, breaking up. You never gave me any message of that. You just up and left me. What happened? It feels like the Scorpios out there are feeling, so abandoned and so alone, um, giving up on a certain situation. It feels like you've waited and waited for this relationship that finally came about. But yet at the same time, Scorpio, either they were taking advantage of you or you were taking advantage of them. Somebody was using somebody for finances and money, and getting you to buy them things, or getting you to, help them live a better life when they're not even working, or they have no income, or, you know, someone even, just got out of a rehab, somebody just got out of jail, somebody, is was being supported the whole time that they were in there. Somebody was being very well taken care of while they were getting their treatment or while they were, serving their time. Um, Even when some of you, your partners have left and was with another person. But yet, even though you knew that, you were still sending them money. You were still trying to help them with certain things. Some of you, Scorpios, are sitting there and shaking your head. You're trying to do things normally. You're trying to hang out with your friends. You're trying to go places. You're trying to pick yourself up and trying to pick up the pieces where you were, left pretty much to crumble. And you're trying to put those pieces back together, but the glue's just not sticking. The glue is not sticking. And it's making everything more difficult. It's making it harder to try to get at least back to that so-called normal place, where you feel okay. Not just, not great, not super, but okay. You're trying to fake it to make it, like you're faking it until you make it. You're trying to pretend that you're happy. You're trying to pretend that, everything's going to be okay. You're trying to, go to work and push yourself. But a lot of you Scorpios, when you're just sitting there at night, you're staring out the window. You're watching TV, but you really don't know what the hell's going on TV. You're not even really paying attention. It's like you're not even there. You're just trying so hard to make things normal again. And meanwhile, excuse me, meanwhile, while you're waiting for your partner to contact you, you're waiting for them to return. At the same time, you're sitting there questioning, if they contact me, do I take them back? Do I allow them another opportunity? And will that opportunity be to hurt me again? Or will that opportunity be to, build something, fix something? Do they really love me? Scorpio, is that what you're asking yourself? Are you questioning somebody's love for you? Are you asking yourself, does my partner love me? Does my Leo, does my Capricorn, does my Libra, does my Aquarius, does my Aries love me? You're questioning yourself and wondering, because now, after being hurt, this isn't the first time. It's not going to be the last time. But you're questioning yourself, do they love me? Do they want to be with me? Am I wasting my time? And even for some of you that know that you're wasting your time, you can't even help it. You cannot even help yourself, because you are so in love with this partner. And whether you believe that it's your twin flame or your soulmate, doesn't matter. Your heart is telling you that you knew that you were supposed to be with this person. You knew this relationship was meant to be. Scorpio, you guys have put in so much work to this relationship, trying to prove to your partner over and over again how loyal you are, how dedicated you are, and honest. You've always been honest. You didn't run on your partner, although they did. Or could that be reversed? Could that be reversed? Maybe some of you Scorpios did run. Maybe some of you Scorpios did get involved with someone else during your relationship. Maybe you made that mistake. Maybe you regret those mistakes. And maybe now you're back trying to fix it. That could be for some of you Scorpios. But a lot of you Scorpios have been hurt. And Scorpios tend to get a bad rap, thinking that they're the narcissists. They're the ones that are acting up. They're the ones that, can't be in a relationship, can't hold a relationship. But that's not all Scorpios. That's definitely not all Scorpios. A lot of Scorpios, especially in the female energy, are very timid and very shy to a degree, and just wanting that love, that relationship that makes them so happy. And a lot of Scorpios love to please other people. Some of the Scorpios' biggest goals and challenges is to make other people happy before themselves. Scorpio, you've been putting yourself second for the longest time. Isn't it time that you now start looking at yourself and making yourself the priority? Putting yourself first? I get it that you don't know what to do and you don't know how to get started again. Where are you supposed to go out and meet somebody? If you're not hanging in the bars or the clubs, well, that pretty much leaves everything down to a library, a supermarket, maybe a county fair or something. But for the most part, where are you supposed to meet somebody? That's what you're wondering. How am I going to start over again? And the thought of having to be with somebody new. Letting them learn about all your favorite things. Letting them know about who you are. It was so much easier with your partner. They knew what you liked. They knew what you wanted to do. They could tell without you talking how you felt. And when you were upset, or when you were sad, or when you were happy. Your partner that you were with knew everything. And now to have to start over and find a new partner to get them to learn everything about you, to get them to understand who you are and what you've been through. That's the biggest thing, is that when you're getting into another relationship, trying to get someone to understand that the shoes that you're wearing are your shoes, meaning the walk that you've had in those shoes, and I call them life shoes. That walk that you've had in your life shoes, nobody will ever know what you've walked through, what you've come through, what you've grown through. Nobody will understand why you behave the way that you do, why you think the way that you do. When someone hurts you, betrays you, and breaks your heart, to walk away from that toxic relationship, first of all, is one of the biggest challenges that there is. Then on top of that, even walking away, but maintaining that walk. Okay, so as soon as you shut the door and you tell your partner, I'm done, it's over, you're not going to manipulate or use me or cheat on me or lie to me anymore, I'm done, I got to do better for myself. Well, once you say all that, that's just talking it. Then when you got to walk that, when you got to walk behind your words that you put out there, when you have to avoid them, when you have to try to forget them, how do you forget something that was instilled in your heart? How do you just let that go? How do you move forward and just begin to love or fall in love with somebody else when that ache and that pain is still here that needs to be repaired? And how do you repair that? That's a good question. You repair that by accepting things for what they are. You repair that by taking your own responsibility in the relationship of what went wrong. It always takes two, no matter what. No, you didn't tell them to go out and cheat. No, you didn't tell them to lie to you. However, but for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, 11 years, any in between, you allowed it to continue. You never put up a boundary to let them know, hey, you can't hurt me like that. You're not going to treat me like that and get away with that. That's not acceptable. But when you say, oh, I know you were cheating. I know you were cheating on me. I might not know her name, but I know you were cheating. Okay, then what? I know you were cheating. You're not denying it. So now, okay, so what do you want for lunch? There's no consequence to their cheating. Or, I'm not talking to you anymore because you cheated on me. And a week or two goes by, and then they contact you, and then you talk back with them, and then they get you where they want you, they take you out, spend time with you. Next thing you know, you're back in the same relationship again. And what, they just got a 2-week penalty? They just got a 2-week punishment? They got a 1-month punishment? They got a 2-month punishment? So what does that mean to them? Oh, so if I cheat again, I just know that she's going to ignore me for a while. I know that she's not going to be with me for about a week or two or a month or two. That's good. I can go spend time with the other girl then. No big deal. Or the other guy. No big deal. Scorpio, don't allow people to mistreat you. Don't allow people to walk all over you anymore. Don't keep putting yourself second, Scorpio. For July, there is new opportunities coming. And those opportunities and options will turn into your own personal choice of who you want to be with, who you want to spend time with, what you want to do. So, start living for Scorpio. Stop taking the hard knock, meaning people always blaming, oh, Scorpio, oh, it's a Scorpio. You know what? Takes two. Takes two. What are you going to do? Scorpio, when your partner tries to contact you and you've been going through this over and over again, you know you've been manipulated. You know you've been lied to. You don't need to know what's her name, what's she look like, where does she work. You don't need concrete evidence to show them because they already know who they're messing with. They know who they're laying down with. You don't need the concrete evidence for them. That's your excuse trying not to deal with the situation. Once again, trying to cover things up, Scorpio, fix things, make them happy, and take less. Why are you taking less, Scorpio? You deserve so much more. Please don't take less. Scorpio, there is love out there for you, and there is people that understand you. Yes, you're private. Yes, you like to do things by yourself. Yes, you like to make people happy. And yes, relationships and commitments are good when they're balanced, but when things get triggered or you know that there's deception, then everything goes off track completely. Some of you Scorpios are being watched. Some of you Scorpios have people that are wondering what you're doing, what you're up to, who's around you. If you're seeing anybody, did you leave me? Your partner's saying, did you leave me to be with somebody else? Or if your partner left you to be with somebody else, they're still watching you because they don't want anybody else to have you. But they're not trying to keep you either. But they're still trying to keep that control on you. So be careful, Scorpio, okay? Be careful of the choices that you make, and be really careful of going back into a situation that hasn't changed. It'll look like it changed on the outside, it'll look like a duck, and it'll quack like a duck. But it's probably not a duck. Just saying. So be careful, Scorpio. Stay strong. By the end of July, from the middle to the end, there is a lot of changes coming. A lot of you will be doing some traveling. A lot of you are going toward water, which is funny because you're a water sign, but a lot of you are going toward water, and a lot of you are actually going to have a really good time with friends or family. Some of you are going with a partner on a trip. It feels like there'll be a small argument before that, and possibly an argument while you're away. Some of you are going to come back to only separate. Some of you are going to come back to celebrate. Also, there's some pregnancies out there that I'm picking up around a Scorpio. So if that's you or your partner, there is pregnancies around right now, very high, very strong. And also, too, for the next 2 months is very high risk of pregnancy for a lot of Scorpios. I don't know what that's about. It's either you or your partner, depending on who's the female here. But there are a lot of pregnancies showing up between, I'm going to say, between now and September. Definitely between now and September. So be careful. That'd be like having a baby for next June. Get pregnant in September, I think it's like next June, right? So be careful with what you're doing. Be sure that you want children, or you're trying to have babies. If you're not, please use your protection. Do what you need to do. Make sure your partner's using theirs. Don't just take somebody's word for it. It's your responsibility too. So if you're not trying to have a baby, you're not wanting to, cover up. Now the cops say buckle up. Well, I'm saying cover up. So do what you're doing, Scorpio. Make sure your partner is doing what they should be doing. And at the very least, remember that the only person you can control is yourself. You cannot change anybody else. You can't change what they do, what they say, where they go, who they talk to, if they cheat, if they don't cheat. You can't control that, but you can control how you deal with it. So Scorpio, you know what? Look in the mirror and look how beautiful you are. Look how strong you are. Remember your values. Remember your traditions. Remember why you went into that relationship in the first place. Remember to love yourself first, Scorpio. Love yourself first.